Hello, baby. Oh, that's some hair there your Mimzie's got. I got a whole look going on. Look, I got my Phoebe on my special afternoon beverage. And I was going to read you a book right here on the river. I knew you'd be so excited. But until I looked into the image, I didn't realize how cabiny I have been looking. I've been here a few days. George is going to sit up here with us and read the book. Oh, I got a whole stack of books here. How about 9 for California? I really kept thinking I had read this book recently, but I didn't sign it anywhere that I did, so I'm going to read it for you. And we just not going to worry about my hair. It's not even our business. We're going to enjoy the beautiful river. Oh, I just love it. And I'm going to sit here on my porch and read 9 for California. I don't know why I thought this was a Caldecott, but I guess I thought wrong. All right, this book has been in my life for a while, so it's just not as fresh as it used to be. All right, let's look at the, oh, that's nice. That's a Wells Fargo stagecoach. And we got Mom over here in front of the post office. Let's go ahead and let's just read it. Why is he even talking about? Let's just read the book. Paul sent a letter by stage. Come to California's, my dear. I am lonely without you. In the letter was a big banknote, all the money Paul had in the world. He had worked in the gold fields for a whole year. What good is gold, Paul wrote, without my family? That is a nice sentiment from Paul. Mama sent a letter back. We're coming. Then she bought a big sack and started to pack. The neighbor said Mama was daft. It's 21 days to California. Why would you take 5 young'uns so far? I would, said Mama. The sack grew fatter and fatter. What's in the sack, Mama? I asked. Everything we'll need, Mama said. What will we need? I asked. Wait and see, said Mama. These mamas know things. Everyone came to wave goodbye. People brought letters from their dear ones in far off, or for their dear ones in far off California. 9 of us crowded into the stagecoach. Mr. Hooper, the banker, wore a tall black hat. Cowboy Charlie brought his lariat. Plump Miss Camilla, the teacher, sniffed a little perfume bottle hanging from a chain around her neck. These people so often stunk in those days. Personal hygiene was just not what it is today. Then there was Mama, Baby Betsy, Billy, Joel, Ted, and me, Amanda. The grown-ups looked at us with wide eyes. Their mouths drew in tight. 5 children in that crowded little stagecoach for 21 days? Woo, doggies. And Mimzie knows about being crowded with small people for many days. Not even 21, and it's a lot. The stage driver stopped us, shouted, Lady, put that sack on top of the other bags. It won't fit inside this stage. That's him saying that right there. Yes, it will, said Mama. My girl Amanda will sit on the sack. And quick as a wink, Mama hoisted her sack on board, and I sat down on top of it. It felt all bumpy and lumpy and hard and soft. I was proud to be the one that Mama trusted. We all sat so close that our knees knocked together. 3 facing forward, 3 backward, and 3 in the middle. That's even more crowded than Mimzie's car was this summer traveling to Ha Ha's wedding. 6 horses pulled at their reins, ready to run. The driver jumped onto the high seat. Beside him sat the shotgun rider with a gun on his shoulder. Hey, giddy up, cried the driver. With a creak and a rumble, a heave and a shake, we were off. Trees and houses spun away. Dust flew into my eyes. My teeth rattled as we bounced and bumped and shook. Ugh. Some days my car rattles and shakes and bumps. I can't imagine going 21 days in a stagecoach. And their springs weren't just that really good. It's a long book. I need to sip. Baby Betsy screamed. There, there, said Mama. Hush, hush. Baby Betsy threw up on Mr. Hooper's lap. Oh, dearie me. Amanda, get me a rag from the sack. I reached in and got Mama the rag. She mopped up the mess. Mr. Hooper held his hat up high. Cowboy Charlie frowned over his lariat. Miss Camilla sniffed her perfume bottle. About that time, I'm sure everybody was wishing they had a perfume bottle to be a sniffing upon. Baby Betsy got hiccups. Hick, hick, hick. It made Billy giggle, then Joe, Ted, and me. We laughed our giggle fits, rolling and punching one another. Mr. Hoople grumbled to Mama, "My good woman, I hope you have something in that sack to keep these children quiet. We have only just begun." "Indeed," said Mama. From the sack she took a sugar lump for each of us. We sucked and sucked, even baby Betsy. Can you imagine a time when a square block of sugar was a sweet treat? I like chocolate. Brother Billy had brought his whistle. He began to toot. Toot, tweet, toot, went the whistle. Toot, tweet, toot. Mr. Hoople twirled his hat. He told Mama, "My good woman, that whistle should have been left at home." And I agree with him. Mama took the whistle and tucked it into the sack. "We'll see about that, Mr. Hooper," she said sweetly. From the sack, Mama pulled a piece of string and started a cat's cradle. We leaned and we lurched all over one another playing cat's cradle. I and my brothers, Billy, Joel, and Ted. That's when you play the little fun string games. I used to do some of those. I could make a smashing spider web. "Last stop in Missouri," shouted the driver. "Next comes Kansas." My legs felt curled up and wobbly. My stomach rolled over like the wooden wheels of the coach. The stage driver brought a plate of beans for everyone and a hunk of bread. Mama sat us all down in a row on a log. "Eat," she said. "I hate beans," yelled my brothers. "You'll like 'em by the time we get to California," said Mama. "Eat up." "What's for dessert?" I asked Mama. "Prunes," said Mama. "Amanda, go get them from the sack." Now look here, friends. I don't believe I'd eat prunes or feed prunes to a kid anywhere near there wasn't a readily available restroom facility, and a stagecoach ain't it. Back in the coach, my tummy felt funny. Beans and prunes acting up. Oh, that just explained even more to my poor little brains. We giggled and gurgled. We made faces and noises. Mr. Hooper glared at Mama and said, "My good woman, can't you find something better for your children to do?" "Yes, indeed, Mr. Hooper," said Mama, and she called out, "Plants." Billy, Joe, Ted, and I named the plants we knew. Then we named all the animals, all the birds, all the presidents, the states of the Union, and the oceans and countries of the world. Mr. Hooper fanned himself with his hat. "My good woman," he said. "Can't your children ever stop talking?" "Stop talking, children?" said Mama. "Stop talking, children," said Mama. "Let's see." Me, 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 me. We sang every song we knew. We sang in English, some in French, and we started over in Pig Latin. Baby Betsy sang too. Wah, wah, wah. Miss Camilla's face got very red. "Children should be seen and not heard," she said. I don't think I care for Miss Camilla. Night fell. "How much longer?" I asked Mama. "How much further to go?" "Only 20 days more," Mama said brightly. "Now go to sleep." We slept in the stage, jostling and jiggling. In the morning, I felt all scrambled and sore. I looked over the prairie with endless grass and endless wind and the long, long hours moaning by. I was so bored I thought I would die. All day I waited and hoped for something to happen. It finally did. Oh, I can't wait to turn the page. Ooh, look at that. Oh, no. It's the natives. I don't know what I'm supposed to call them. It's the natives. We heard the pounding of horses and terrible yells. "Yip, yip, yoo! Indians!" shouted Cowboy Charlie. The shotgun rider drew his gun. "Let 'em be," said Mama. "Those are Pawnee Indians, friendly but hungry." "We've got nothing to feed them," said Mr. Hooper, squeezing his hat in his hand. Miss Camilla grew pale and clutched her perfume bottle. Kind of like clutched her pearls. Mama pointed to the sack. I reached in and brought out a hunk of corn pone. Enough for everyone. That's kind of like cornbread. The Indians ate and smiled their thanks. Then they rode off. "I'll be doggone," gasped the driver. We all settled down and started again. Days dragged on. We counted minutes, hours, miles. It seemed that we had been traveling forever. I yawned and groaned and wished that something would happen. It did. Maybe she should not wish that anymore, because that makes me a little nervous. The sky went black. Jagged streaks of lightning crashed overhead. The horses shrieked and screamed. The coach pitched like a boat in the sea. Icy cold rain came down, a sudden flood. Hailstones the size of turkey eggs pounded the coach. Those poor horses, God bless them. "We're sinking in mud," called the driver. "Everyone out." We climbed out into the freezing rain and the mud. Everyone heaved and pushed until the coach was unstuck. I think I need a discount now off of my fare. Back inside the coach, we smelled like wet cats. Miss Camilla fluffed out her hair and touched the perfume to her curls. Mr. Hooper tried to reshape his hat. Cowboy Charlie wrung the water from his lariat. Everyone sighed. Baby Betsy cried. I think I would want to cry too. I mean, let's just be honest. That sounds miserable. "It's an adventure." Mama nodded toward the sack. "Nothing warms the bones like a hot licorice whip," said she. I reached in and gave licorice to everyone. Mr. Hooper, Cowboy Charlie, and Miss Camilla all smiled, and Miss Camilla's cheeks turned red. That was nice of Mama. The days dragged on. We ate beans and bread and prunes, and we liked them no better than we had at the start. The long road never ended. I wished that something would happen. It did. Girl, we need her to stop wishing. Look, there they are. They're seeing something out the window. What do you reckon it is? From far off, we saw a brown and shaggy beast, like huge dark stain on the fair prairie grasses. "Buffalo!" shouted the driver. "Look out!" The shotgun rider turned and began to fire over the heads of the beast. Thousands of buffalo ran straight toward our coach. We heard them roar. We smelled their smell. The coach shook like a leaf in a storm. Mama pulled the sack out from under me. "Pepper!" she cried. I reached for a jar of red pepper and gave a handful to everyone, except for baby Betsy. We leaned out the windows, ready. The buffalo came closer. I saw their flashing eyes. Oh my goodness, hurry up and get the page turned. "Now!" shouted Mama. I tossed my pepper right into the nose of a huge buffalo, the first one in the herd. It made the buffalo sneeze and snort. The buffalo turned away and left our wagon standing safe. Days dragged on as before. Nothing changed but the sky full of deep colors, then stars. I wished something would happen, and it did. Oh no, they looked very unsavory. The coach stopped. We fell forward. 2 men stood in the road. They wore masks. They had pistols. One said, "Give us your gold, your jewelry, your silver." Give him a knuckle sandwich is what I'd like to give him. The old 1-2. Mom rounded her mouth and blew. I reached into the sack for Billy's whistle. I blew 3 hard, piercing blasts. I'm just guessing. I don't know what it sounded like. Startled, the robbers turned. The driver and the shotgun rider and Cowboy Charlie jumped on top of the outlaws. With his lariat, Cowboy Charlie tied the outlaws to a tree. Yay, Cowboy Charlie! We all climbed back into the coach. Back onto the coach. We rode for days and days, nights and nights, up mountains and down again, across rivers into the endless dry desert. I hoped and wished that something would happen. It did. Girl, look what happened. Oh my goodness, California, shouted the driver. California, shouted everyone except for baby Betsy. She was finally asleep. California, I could hardly believe it. I was so happy. At the stagecoach stop, about 1 million people came to greet us. One of them was my pa. Pa waved his hat and cheered and smiled. He picked Mama right up and gave her a kiss. When he saw us 5, Billy, Joe, Ted, baby Betsy, and me, he kissed us all and swung us around. He was so glad. Then Pa asked, "How was the trip? Anything happen?" "Nothing much," said Billy, Joe, Ted, and I. Mama only laughed. Nothing much. Did they go on the same trip that we just read about? Pa brought out our luggage, including the sack. Ma opened it and looked inside. He scratched his head. He smiled, a crooked smile at Mama. "What a silly thing to do," he said, "bringing an empty sack from Missouri to California. I'm glad you've come to see me, my dear. These children need someone with good sense to take care of them." "This man might need a whooping." "He might." "Young'uns do need their pa, it's true," said Mama. She smiled at me and winked. Mr. Hooper, the banker, took off his hat and gave Mama a little bow. Cowboy Charlie laughed and laughed, his shoulders twitching, kind of quiet. Miss Camilla, the teacher, gave Mama her little perfume bottle. "I'll never forget you," she said. Then the three turned to Pa. "Nice family," said Mr. Hooper. "Good young'uns," said Cowboy Charlie. "Little ladies and gentlemen," said Miss Camilla. Billy, Joe, Ted, and I kept our faces straight as we could, not daring to laugh. Mama folded up the sack, and we headed for our new home. Last page. When we were settled, Mama and I stuffed the sack with goose feathers. On winter nights, we would lie on it, all five of us. Sometimes Mama, too, rocking and swaying, pretending we were on the stagecoach bound for California again. My, was that just a cute story? I like that cute story. I'm gonna see if she's written some other books. Maybe she's written that when the relatives came. That's the book I was thinking of. That was a good book. You need to go back and rewatch that one. That was a good book, and I just love it so much, but not as much as I love you.